गुड इवनिंग। आवाज क्लियर है? देखो तो ऑडियो वीडियो क्लियर है? ऑडियो वीडियो क्लियर? आयुष, विकास, हरप्रीत, नेहा, अभिषेक, क्लियर? ऑडियो वीडियो क्लियर? यस क्लियर। यस महेश्वरी, क्या है सवाल? बोलो। कल तो ऐसा लगा कि यार एक हफ्ते का कहीं गैप ना हो जाए, फीवर हो गया था। एवरीथिंग इज ओके। यस महेश्वरी, सवाल पूछो आप। क्वेश्चन। हम लोग फ्रेश टॉपिक देखने जा रहे हैं, बुद्धिस्ट फिलॉसफी। बुद्धिज्म, schools of Buddhism, and three topics are prescribed in the schools of Buddhism. Pratitya Samutpad, technical term, Samutpad, Shanikvad, and third one is Nairatmavad. What's the best way to use of PYQS? PYQS मतलब PDF you have provided. Previous year's questions bank. दीपक सिंह, बिल्कुल। No, yes Maheshwari, just practice one or two questions of previous years which you are thinking it is possible to ask. No need to practice each and every one. Most of the questions have same sort of pattern, or they are repeating the same sort of question again and again. So in process of solving previous year's questions, sometimes try to write answer of those things, and sometimes mental revision means मान लो सवाल है तो just start to think answer in your mind. Try to make mental map of the answers. So each question 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 6 minutes. Just in mind try to think, is it possible to write? Step by step try to think in your mind. And yes, okay, few places try to write also. This will be the good. This ठीक है? यस महेश्वरी, ये टेक्निक रखो। कई जगहों पे मेंटल रिवीजन करो, कई जगहों पे राइटिंग करो आप। क्लियर? नेक्स्ट, बुद्धिज्म। फर्स्ट वन इज पटिच्चसमुप्पाद. This one is the causal theory of Buddhism. Causal theory of Buddhism. Or in English it is called theory of dependent origination. Dependent origination. It is translated as theory of dependent origination. Kshanikvad. Kshan means moment. Kshanikvad means theory. Kshan means moment. Kshan means moment. Vad means theory. It's basically theory of momentariness. Kshanikvad. And Naratvad means no soul theory. No soul theory. Generally, but in place of translating no soul theory, always write Naratvad. Best way. Otherwise, once you will write no soul theory, you have to explain this one. In which sense you are using the term no soul. So, Pratityasamutpad, causal theory of Buddhism, theory of dependent origination, theory of momentariness, and Naratmvad, denial of eternal permanent soul. सी, अब देखो यस महेश्वरी, अगर मैं पटिच्चसमुप्पाद को डिस्कस करूं how many possible aspects in this Patichamutpad, meaning of Patichamutpad, different aspects of Patichamutpad, parts of Patichamutpad. So this should be the part of your answer. Try to write different possible aspects of one question, that will be sufficient to write answer. यही करोगे और क्या करोगे? जितने पॉसिबल एस्पेक्ट्स है, रिलेटेड एस्पेक्ट्स है, उनको आप टच जरूर करो, उनको एक्सप्लेन करो. यस महेश्वरी, एंड इफ यू आर राइटिंग इन दिस वे, बढ़िया मार्किंग हो जाएगी आपकी. क्लियर? Okay, so these three topics are prescribed, and first of all, this one is written schools of Buddhism. So first of all, we are going to discuss what was the cause behind the origin of different schools in Buddhism. What was the cause? Why different schools come out in Buddhism? Clear? Okay, note down. If you see its introduction regarding Buddhism, Buddhism, it's a heterodox philosophy. Heterodox means they have denied validity of Veda. Second, Buddhism is a kind of atheistic philosophy, atheism. Denial of God, like Jainism. God is denied. They have given arguments also, just to deny God. If you see, initially you will find, initially realism is accepted in Buddhism. Initially realism, and later on means in Mahayana philosophy, later on, idealism accepted by them, idealism. Initially means Hinayana. In Hinayana, you will find support of realism, and Mahayana will find support of idealism. So, initial philosophy, if you say beginning of Buddhist philosophy, you will find a lot of support to realism. Later development in Mahayana will find support of idealism. Hey, religion and theology bhi hai. One topic, yes, Maheshwari, that is religion and religion without God. Theology, but no religion. So, what 7 number topic is related to that one. Try to focus here now. Yes. Fourth one is, they have denied, Buddhist philosophers have denied, denial of eternal, permanent, immortal soul. They have denied eternal soul, permanent soul, immortal soul. But they have denied eternal soul but accepted rebirth. It's a unique feature. You accepted rebirth. Rebirth is accepted by them. On the other hand, they have denied soul. So, although generally no Anatmavad is described as no soul theory, but no soul theory doesn't mean denial of soul. No soul theory means no permanent soul, no eternal soul, no immortal soul. No soul doesn't mean denial of soul outrightly, or negation of soul, or refutation of soul. No soul theory or Anatmavad means denial of permanent soul, eternal soul, immortal soul, unchangeable soul. Such kind of soul is rejected by them. Buddhist philosophers have denied soul, that soul which is generally accepted in Indian tradition. What kind of soul is accepted? Eternal, permanent, unchangeable, spiritual. Such kind of soul is rejected by them. And that's why theory is Anatmavad. Doesn't mean negation of soul. Doesn't mean a refutation of soul. doesn't mean denial of soul outrightly. Must be aware. Otherwise, it will be similar to Charvaka's view. And Buddhist thought is not identical to Charvaka's thought. It should be clear. Very important, minute aspect. Clear? When I will discuss Anatma, then I will explain this one in detail. So this one in introduction. Heterodox, atheism, initially realism, later on idealism, denial of eternal permanent soul, although accepted rebirth. No soul doesn't mean negation of soul. Otherwise, it will be a kind of extreme condition. And Buddhism always supported middle path between two extremes. Clear? Now, cause of origin of different schools in Buddhism. Cause of origin of different schools in Buddhism. Face page पे लिखोगे. Cause of origin of different schools in Buddhism. Cause of origin of different schools in Buddhism. Clear? Why different schools come out in Buddhism? One small story, and taking help of that one, will able to understand why different schools come out. Buddha's childhood name was Siddhartha. बुद्धिज्म को अच्छे से पढ़ोगे. बुद्धिस्ट फिलोसफी, हाईली साइंटिफिक फिलोसफी, हाईली प्रैक्टिकल फिलोसफी और हाईली रिलेवेंट फिलोसफी. Last year 2020 in essay paper, one question was asked in ethics paper, contribution of Buddhism or relevant of Buddhist philosophy. बुद्धिज्म की के रिलेवेंसी को पूछा इसने यूपीएससी में पेपर 4th में इथिक्स में. रिलेवेंट था या कंट्रीब्यूशन था? लास्ट ईयर 2020 10 marks question in UPSC ethics, and now we are going to see Buddhist philosophy. Childhood name Siddhartha. Clear? Clear? Different kinds of things happened in his life, and finally he got Nirvana. Nirvana means not death. Nirvana means ultimately finds knowledge. Knowledge. Note down. Complete cessation of suffering. Highest spiritual aim of Buddhist philosophy. Highest spiritual aim. This one is Nirvana. And Nirvana is discussed in Third Noble Truth, highest spiritual aim of Buddhism. Nirvana means to find knowledge, cessation of suffering, attachment, etc. Nirvana doesn't mean death of Buddha. After getting Nirvana, around 45 years of teaching, different places. 45 years of teaching. Yes? Clear? In process of teaching, 45 years of teaching, in process of teaching, Buddha opted silence. Opted silence. It's a very important role it plays, silence, regarding metaphysical questions. Regarding metaphysical questions. Buddha opted silence regarding metaphysical questions. Number of questions, they were 10. 10 questions were there, metaphysical questions related to God, soul, rebirth, etc. Metaphysical questions. And regarding them, Buddha opted silence. These questions are called opted silence. These questions are called avyaktani. Or they are called, these 10 questions are called avyaktani. Avyaktani means questions which are not answered by Buddha. questions which are not answered by Buddha. Avyaktani. What is spiritual? Deepest form of religion you will find is spirituality. Spirit is accepted as ultimate reality. Every human being is spirit. No difference ultimately. Spiritualism doesn't accept any difference ultimately. If a person is religious, not necessarily spiritual. But if a person is spiritual, certainly he will be religious in real sense. Deepest form or highest form of religiousness you will find is spirituality. Most of us are religious, not spiritual. See, here try to see. This is not material aim of our life. Nirvana is spiritual aim. Generally, we accept material aim in our life. Material aim means इतना पैसा रहेगा, वेल्थ रहेगा, ये प्रॉपर्टी रहेगी, ये रिसोर्ट रहेगा, ये जिम रहेगा और डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ मटेरियल. जनरली वी एक्सेप्ट मटेरियल एम एज आवर हाईएस्ट एम ऑफ लाइफ. दो चार टाइप की बिल्डिंग रहेगी, मटेरियल एम. इट्स निर्वाणा इज ए स्पिरिचुअल एम. Indian philosophy, spiritual aim is accepted as highest aim in place of material aim. And most of us, almost all, except few, all have accepted material aim as highest aim. बिल्डिंग बनाना है, ये फलानी कार खरीदनी है, ये घड़ी खरीदनी है, रिसोर्ट बनाना है, yes or no, material aim. And that's why till that find some sort of problem, till that path, yes, path, okay. See, the Buddha opted silence regarding metaphysical. This silence has played very important role in Buddhist philosophy, especially regarding the origin of different schools of Buddhism. What were those questions? 10 questions. List मिल जाएगा printed notes में. Those 10 questions are called Abhyaktani. Abhyaktani means questions which are not answered by Buddha. Abhyaktani. So Buddha opted silence. जब बुद्धा ही साइलेंस हो जाते थे रिगार्डिंग मेटाफिजिकल क्वेश्चंस, तो उनके जितने चेले थे वो सब भी साइलेंट. जब हमारा बॉस साइलेंट तो हम भी साइलेंट. तो एट दैट टाइम किसी ने ये ट्राई नहीं किया इसका आंसर दिया जाए. बुद्धा ऑप्टेड साइलेंस. ही वाज ए वेरी प्रैक्टिकल पर्सन. he was quite aware with this fact that he, in favor and against regarding God, soul, etc., you can't say anything definitely. So his main focus was to remove suffering. That was his main aim. Buddha's presently also in place of removing suffering of human beings, we are involved in a number of other things, transcendental elements. So Buddha was very, very practical person. Abhyaktani. After his death, his death is called Mahaparinirvana. Mahaparinirvana, the term is used to indicate death of Bhagavan Buddha. Mahaparinirvana in Kushinagar, Nirvana. Finally, in Kushinagar, Mahaparinirvana. Mahaparinirvana means death of Bhagavan Buddha. Clear? So after his parinirvana, his followers start to explain this particular silence. They started to explain. Note down. Explanation begins. If regarding that particular question, Buddha opted silence, it means that they started to explain meaning of that silence. So why Buddha opted silence? Earlier Buddha himself opted silence, but later on, explanation begins regarding that silence. Ki Buddha opted silence. It means ki he wants to say such kind of things. So note down. Explanation begins. And in this process, different schools of Buddhism comes out. Note down. Different schools of Buddhism come down. Different schools. different schools. Time to time, 4 Buddhist councils are organized. 4 Buddhist councils are organized just to identify real Buddha Vachan. Real. Which statement is real Buddha Vachan? Real Buddhist statement. Just to identify that and just to protect that. Different 4 councils are organized. Rajgiri, Vaisali, Patliputra and Kashmir. And finally, Buddhism, 4 important schools remain, classified in 2 groups. Finally, 4 schools. Groups classified in 2 groups, Hinayana and Mahayana sect. 2 sects. And in Hinayana, 2 schools, Sautantrika and Vaibhasika. And Mahayana, 2 schools, Yogacharya Vigyanvad and Madhyamika Sunyavad. Madhyamika Sunyavad. So you will find questions regarding Sautantrik, Vaibhasik, Yogacharya Vigyanvad and Madhyamika Sunyavad. Overall, 4 schools remain. Finally, 4 schools. So why different schools come out in Buddhist philosophy? Due to silence, Buddha opted, due to Buddha's silence regarding metaphysical questions. Followers have started to explain that silence. And in this way, different schools. At one point of time, at the time of Ashoka, 62 types of views were there. 62 types of views regarding Buddhist statements were there. And everyone was claiming that my view is really Buddhist view. You must be aware, Buddhist का जो statement था, that was not in written form at that time. मतलब 200-300 years तक ये केवल मगअप करके चलता रहा. That tradition is known as भानक परंपरा. भानक परंपरा. That tradition means कि एक ग्रुप को याद कराया जाता था, मगअप कराया जाता था कि आप इस ग्रुप को रट लो, सुत्त पीटक को रट लो. आप दूसरे ग्रुप को विनय पीटक को रटने के लिए बोला गया, थर्ड ग्रुप को अभिधम्म पीटक. उन्होंने उसको रट लिया, मगअप कर लिया, और एक जनरेशन से दूसरा जनरेशन, थर्ड जनरेशन, फोर्थ जनरेशन, so many years Buddhist statements were in such a way, exist in such a way. वो कहीं राइटिंग फॉर्म में नहीं था. फर्स्ट टाइम बुद्धिस्ट स्टेटमेंट्स वेर रिटेन इन सिंहल द्वीप इन श्रीलंका, अनुराधापुर महाविहार, एट द टाइम ऑफ वट्टगामनी अभय. फर्स्ट टाइम इट वाज रिटेन इन मागधी एट दैट प्लेस. जब राजा अशोक ने भेजा महेंद्र संघमित्रा को वहाँ, तो वहाँ पे फर्स्ट टाइम उसको नोटिंग की गई. अदरवाइज ये लोग रट के रहते थे, बुद्धिस्ट स्टेटमेंट्स को रट लिया, फिर नेक्स्ट जनरेशन को भी उन्होंने सुना दिया. वो भी जनरेशन इसको कंटिन्यू किए हुए था. इन दिस वे अराउंड 300 years ये इसी टाइप से चलता था. 300 years. So that's why different councils were organized just to find out which statement is really Buddhist statement. So find out real Buddhist statements and protect that Buddhist statement. Finally, 4 kinds of schools remain: Sautantrika, Vaibhashika, Yogacharya Vigyanvad and Madhyamika Sunyavad. So this is the cause behind the origin of different schools in Buddhism. Is it clear? First part clear? Why different schools come out in Buddhism? Is it clear? To explain silence opted by Buddha regarding metaphysical questions. So silence has played very important role in Buddhism. Deepak Singh, when people turn things according to their benefit, but they are not aware in what is real benefit. Deepak Singh. So when things started, they have different aim, but people turn things according to their benefit. Basically, once you'll accept Deepak Singh spiritual aim, that will be more beneficial than material aim. Imagine दीपक सिंह कहते हैं कि लोगों ने चेंज कर लिया अकॉर्डिंग टू बेनिफिट. Presently, what's the real condition? First half of our life, first half of life, just to collect a lot of wealth, property, car, building, and second part of life just to protect that wealth and life over, life complete. First part just to earn, second part just to protect material aim. If anyone has accepted material aim as the highest aim of our life, after one point of time, difficult to find happiness in real sense, must be aware. Mere presence of a lot of material elements doesn't guarantee happiness. No necessary relation between a lot of material, a lot of wealth, property and happiness. No direct relation. ये बाद में समझ आता है. Last phase of your life you start to think. So there are three phases of our life. दीपक सिंह ने थोड़ा उल्टा पुल्टा सवाल पूछा है तो मैंने उनको बताया. थ्री फेज ऑफ आवर लाइफ. फर्स्ट फेज ऑफ योर लाइफ, ये आप उसी फेज से गुजर रहे हो. लॉट ऑफ टाइम बहुत है. एनर्जी ऑल्सो, a lot of energy, a lot of time. Absence of wealth, money, ये थोड़ी स्कार्सिटी रहती होगी, इसकी कमी रहती होगी. बट यू हैव a lot of time, a lot of energy. Second phase of your life, second phase will start after few years, within next 2-3 years. You will find a lot of energy will be there. Money भी आ जाएगा, खूब आएगा, जम के आएगा. बट एब्सेंस ऑफ टाइम नहीं रहेगा सेकेंड फेज में. एंड थर्ड फेज इन योर लाइफ, a lot of money, खूब पैसा है, प्रॉपर्टी है, डिफरेंट काइंड्स ऑफ प्लॉट्स एंड रिजॉर्ट्स. मनी भी है, टाइम भी है, बट लैक ऑफ एनर्जी, अनएबल टू एंजॉय. दैट्स द प्रॉब्लम मोस्ट ऑफ द पर्सन. इसी में इन प्रोसेस ऑफ अर्निंग ए लॉट ऑफ मनी, डिफरेंट काइंड्स ऑफ प्रॉब्लम्स along with BP, sugar, heart attack and other also different possibilities, some sort of psychological aspect of. तो लाइफ कंप्लीट हो गया उनका गेम लाइफ का. क्लियर हो गया लाइफ का फंडा. दीपक सिंह, so you can't say कि if you have accepted this one is more beneficial. Materialism accepts material aim as the highest aim of life, and present society is highly materialistic. That's why less happiness, although ability of a lot of wealth, but compared to that, less happiness in life. Deepak Singh, it is true. Okay, Deepak Singh बोल रहा true है. So you are right now in first phase. Second phase अभी शुरू हो जाएगा. टाइम भी रहेगा, एनर्जी भी रहेगा, ये एनर्जी रहेगा, वेल्थ भी रहेगा, बट नो टाइम. क्लियर बोलो. सो इंडियन फिलोसफी, एक्सीलेंट फिलोसफी, ब्रिलियंट फिलोसफी. एवरीवेयर स्पिरिचुअल एम इज एक्सेप्टेड एज हाईएस्ट एम, बट दे हैव नॉट डिनाइड importance of wealth. Must be aware. This doesn't mean you separate yourself from wealth. If you will see four noble truths, dharma, artha, kama and moksha. Artha and kama, or kama means physical, this one is required. In grihastha ashram, such kind of things are required. Money and even family life is accepted. But that should be guided, that should be based on dharma, based on values, morality. Artha and kama, and finally liberation accepted. So that find happiness all the time, not part time, all the time happiness. Whatever the condition, doesn't matter, you will find happiness, all the time happiness. If you will not accept liberation, part time you will find happiness or pleasure in your life. Not continuously, not all the time. Generally for happiness, we are dependent on something else, of pleasure. We are not getting pleasure naturally all the time. कुछ होता है तो प्लेजर आता है आउटसाइड में. माउंट आबू घूमोगे तो प्लेजर आएगा, स्विट्जरलैंड घूमोगे तो प्लेजर आएगा, सिनेमा देखोगे तो आएगा. It means you are dependent on something else for finding pleasure. Dependency है ना. In pleasure, how can you say dependency? Ultimately, no dependency. Where you are doesn't matter. In which condition you are doesn't matter. Getting happiness accepted in Indian tradition. Next, ज़्यादा philosophical हो गया, उतना नहीं जाना है दीपक सिंह. Next. So, four noble truths. Essence of Buddhist philosophy in one sense. Four noble truths. Arya Satya. Truths. Four noble truths are prescribed by Buddha. Excellent philosophy. Four noble truths. First, there is suffering. First one is there is suffering. There is suffering. It's an undoubtable practical truth. Undoubtable practical truth. This was the beginning of Buddhist philosophy. Beginning of Buddhist philosophy. No one can refute this beginning. Bound to accept. It's a matter of experience of everyone. There is suffering in our life, no doubt about it. Those who are right now getting happiness, they are also time to time वो प्रॉब्लम में आता है कि my this particular happiness is not permanent, my this pleasure is not permanent. So suffering, there is suffering in our life. It's a brute fact. It's an undoubtable practical truth. There is suffering. Corona is also a kind of suffering. There is suffering in our life. No one can mental suffering, mental and physical suffering, you can say. It's a lot of things are said by Buddha regarding suffering. And ultimately, he said, undoubtable practical truth. So, see, Buddhist philosophy begins. It's an undoubtable practical truth. How can you deny this fact? There is suffering, it's undoubtable. But second point, highly scientific explanation. If something exists, first of all, it exists, undoubtable fact. It's a matter of practical verification. And if something exists in our lives, dukh, there is suffering, there must be cause. It is accepted by science. Nothing exists in this universe without any cause. The second one is, there is cause of suffering. Cause of suffering. Suffering. It's a scientific explanation. Scientific explanation. Yes or no? If something exists in our life, there must be cause. It is accepted by science. According to science, causal theory is a universal theory. Scientists accept if anywhere anything is happening, there must be some cause. Or if anything has existence in this world, there must be some cause of that one. Nothing exists or happened in this universe without any cause. It is accepted fact by scientists. Whatever the scientist doesn't matter. How can you refute? This cause of suffering, it's a scientific explanation. And here you will find first topic that is prescribed now, syllabus. Pratitya Samutpad is here discussed. Pratitya Samutpad. एक बार बोल लेना सारे लोग, प्रतित्य समुत्पाद. दो चार बार बोल लो, ऐसे नहीं तो जुबान पे नहीं आता. There is cause of suffering. How can you deny this fact? Scientific explanation. If anything is happening in anywhere in this world, there must be some cause. Bolo yes or no. If corona is there must be cause of corona. You can't say accidental or like that. There must be some cause. Bolo, is it clear? सारे लोग बोलो, इतना क्लियर है? Clear? We are in Buddhist philosophy. I am explaining all those philosophical system in simplest manner, easy to understand. पहले समझ तो लो. Otherwise, world richest philosophy is Indian philosophy, unparalleled. You can show your dedication towards other philosophical systems. So far, you have not gone through Indian philosophy. Once we will go through Indian philosophy, minutely, you will certainly impressed by that philosophy. What kind of thoughts they have propounded. At that time, these scholars, Mahavir, Buddha, were great scholars. They were great scientists. After getting a lot of experience, they propounded their thoughts. After doing a lot of effort, after you can say a lot of research, they have propounded their thoughts. And that's why after so many years, around 2600 years after that philosophy was propounded, presently also it is relevant. And taking help of science, you can't deny, you can't refute what is said by Buddhism or Jainism and what is said by Shankaracharya. You can't deny. If you read more science, you will more impressed what kind of thoughts they have propounded. प्रॉब्लम क्या है कि 1-2 घंटा बुद्धिज्म पढ़ता है, बुद्धिज्म पे कमेंट करने लगता है, नॉट गुड एंड ए वेरी ऑर्डिनरी फिलोसफी. हाउ कैन यू से ऑर्डिनरी? mere on the basis of reading 1 or 2 hours or 1 or 2 days or 1 or 2 months. You can't say, you can't, आप इस पे जजमेंट नहीं दे सकते हो. Not competent to judge mere on the basis of reading few hours or few days. Third, brilliant philosophy, Buddhist philosophy. There is a cause of suffering. Scientific explanation. There is cessation of suffering. Cessation of suffering. That is called, here you will find nirvana. Nirvana. This is the highest spiritual aim of life. Nirvana is discussed in third noble truth. And there is a path of cessation of suffering. There is a path. There is a path of cessation of suffering. Path of cessation of suffering. And that path is known as eightfold path. Eightfold path. Ashtangic marg. Total 8 parts are there. And once you will follow these 8 parts, this eightfold path is very, very important, relevant nowadays also. Eightfold path to solve different kinds of problems. Even in administration also, this one is required. So if you will see beginning of Buddhist philosophy, pessimistic approach. Pessimistic. Initial point of view, pessimism. But finally, optimistic approach. Optimistic. So if you will see only initial development, initial aspect of that philosophy, you may say Buddhist philosophy pessimistic. Since very beginning to say there is suffering in this universe, suffering, a lot of discussion regarding suffering. But what is said ultimately by them? They are highly optimistic. Possible to solve problem. There is a path of cessation of suffering. Optimistic approach ultimately, optimistic approach. Initially pessimistic, later on, if you see the beginning of Buddhist philosophy, you will find pessimism. But later on, ultimately, for example, corona hai, suffering, the cause of bhi hai, just try to find out the cause. Except if cause, so something, imagine corona is a kind of suffering, and it has a cause. So far as cause will be there, corona will be there. There is a cause of suffering. As soon as you will remove the cause, corona will also remove. There is a cessation of suffering. When cessation of suffering, when cause will be removed. And how? There is a path भी है. Path भी आ गया है कि कोविशील्ड खा लो, कोविशील्ड लगाओ और कोवैक्सीन, मॉडर्ना, स्पुतनिक. Paths are prescribed. So if you will accept these particular thoughts, and if you are getting a lot of suffering in your life, no one will commit suicide at least. Since firm belief, if suffering, there must be some cause. And cessation of suffering is possible. And there is a path of cessation of suffering. You have to try to find out the path in which way that can be eliminated. And it is here, eightfold path is prescribed by them. Highly scientific. आदमी को ऑप्टिमिस्टिक बनाता है लाइफ में. दिस इज द पार्ट ऑफ आवर लाइफ. प्रॉब्लम है कई बार छोटा सा सफरिंग होता है, डिफिकल्टी आती है, कई लोग सुसाइड कर लेते हैं, कई लोग देवदास बन जाते हैं. उसको लगता है कि दुनिया का सबसे बड़ा प्रॉब्लम मैं ही झेल रहा हूं. डेविएट हो जाते हैं पाथ से, जस्ट सम सॉर्ट ऑफ डिफिकल्टीज. व्हेन दे स्टार्ट टू फेस एनी डिफिकल्टी और एनी प्रॉब्लम और सफरिंग, डेविएट हो जाते हैं, मेंटल प्रॉब्लम हो जाता है. If you have firm belief in Buddhism, except if suffering, it's a part and parcel of our life. There must be some cause. So, cessation of suffering is also there. Path of cessation of suffering. This one is very, very helpful in initiation. So, kabhi bhi if suffering or any problem is there, You should not be inactive in your life. अरे ये तो दुख हो गया, चलो जो होना है हो जाए. Try to find out the cause. Why is such kind of condition? There must be some cause of your problem. And try to find out that cause. उसको cause को हटाओ and try to create some path to eliminate that cause, separate that cause. You will find the problem is resolved. कितना बढ़िया फिलॉसफी है, बेहतरीन फिलॉसफी है. प्रॉब्लम क्या है? एंड यू मस्ट बी अवेयर through our own effort it is possible to separate ourselves from suffering. Our own effort, no need to take help of any supernatural entity like God or any other thing. No need. Through our own effort. कितना आदमी को कॉन्फिडेंस देता है? Through your own effort it is possible to separate yourself from suffering. No need to take help of any God or Godman like that. According to whom? According to Buddhism. What is said by Buddhism? Must be aware. Clear? Brilliant thought. And everything is momentary nature. Nothing is permanent in this universe. Nothing is permanent in this universe. Everything is changeable in nature. It is accepted by science also. In this universe, nothing is permanent. Everywhere change is going on. Change is the part and parcel of worldly objects. Everything is changeable in nature. Said by Buddhist philosopher. It is said by them. Only that thing is real which is momentary nature. Only that thing is real which is momentary nature. Every moment change is going on. So what is accepted as ultimate reality by science, modern science? Now accepted quartz, and quartz is highly active. All highly active, unable to control that quartz. इतना active है, if we will able to control a lot of energy possible to produce, nuclear energy. तो देखो modern science last particle of this universe किसको मानता है? That is accepted as quartz. Earlier electron, proton were accepted. This one is ultimately real, and this one is accepted highly active. So here also the term real is explained. Real is that which is momentary nature. Every moment change. Every moment change. Compared to modern science. And here eightfold path. Here eightfold path. It is said out of this eight, right speech is there, right karmas, right will, right livelihood. So these are very, very important to maintain integrity in administration. Integrity. To check corruption, right livelihood. Samyak Ajiv is very, very important to check corruption. And right speech, right karmas, right act. This three, right act, right act, right speech, samyak दृष्टि, सम्यक संकल्प, सम्यक वाक, सम्यक कर्मांत, सम्यक आजीव. So these first three or four are very, very important to maintain integrity in our life. और एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन ऑल्सो, एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन में दिखा दो इंपॉर्टेंस को. राइट स्पीच होना चाहिए, राइट कर्मा एक्ट होना चाहिए, राइट आपका संकल्प होना चाहिए, राइट लाइवलीहुड. इफ विल एक्सेप्ट सर्टेनली इट विल चेक करप्शन. करप्शन को चेक कर लोगे. If you have right view, you will find positive temperament in your life. Right view है, wrong view नहीं है. That is called सम्यक दृष्टि. तो उसको एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन से कोरिलेट कर दो. In administration also, if you are getting any problem, just try to find out why this problem is arising. प्रॉब्लम के कॉज को ढूंढो, उससे बजाय कि आप fearful हो जाओ. If you are getting any problem in your life or any problem at the time of working, there must be some cause. और cause है तो उसका cause को दूर करो. Find out the path. It has, Buddhist philosophy has propounded a very excellent path to solve problems of our life. Clear? बोलो clear? Is it clear? सारो बोलो, is it clear? Is it clear? Harpreet Singh. Is it clear? Yes. Gautam Agrasar Neha. Okay. Now see. In Indian philosophy, three places we have to study causal theory. This page पे लिखना. Or cause effect theory. It's a very important theory discussed in Indian philosophy. Cause effect theory. Accepted by scientists also. According to causal theory or cause effect theory, every effect has a cause. Every effect has a cause. But what kind of relation between cause and effect? Cause and effect. What's the relation? Cause effect relation. Relation. It's a matter of debate. Debate. Different views. According to our syllabus, regarding cause effect relationship, three topics are prescribed in our syllabus. Three places causal theory. Here. Cause effect. Effect pre-exists in its cause before its origin. Effect pre-exists in its cause. Here note down. Effect pre-exists in its cause before its origin or before its production. Effect pre-exists in its cause. Pre-exist in its cause before its origin. For example, ट्री जो है ट्री या पॉट जो है ट्री सीड्स में ऑलरेडी है बिफोर इट्स ओरिजिन. पॉट already exist in clay before its origin. This one is supported by Sankhya, primarily Sankhya, Shankaracharya, Ramanujacharya. This theory is known as Sata Karyavad. Sata Karyavad. Vad means theory. Karya means effect. Effect. Vad means theory. Sata Karyavad. Sat means present. Present or pre-exist. Effect present, theory according to which effect present. Where present? In cause. Effect pre-existed in its cause before its origin. Effect pre-existed in its cause before its origin. Supported by, for example, tree seed में था, pot clay में था. Supported by Sankhya primarily, Shankara and Ramanujacharya also supported. Sata Karyavad. Sata Karyavad. Causal theory of Sankhya philosophy. असत कार्यवाद. सब आपको एक साथ लिखना है. वाद मीन्स theory, कार्य मीन्स effect, असत मीन्स not pre-exist, not present. असत कार्यवाद. Effect, cause. Here cause and here effect. Effect not pre-exist. Effect not pre-existence cause. Effect is a new beginning. Effect is a new beginning. It's a new creation, beginning. Supported by Asat Karya, supported by Nyaya Vaisheshika. Nyaya Vaisheshika. Asat Karyavad. Tree was not present in seed before its origin. Pot was not pre-exist in clay before its origin. Asat Karyavad. And this one is the middle path. First topic of Buddhism, which is prescribed in our syllabus. Pratitya Samutpad. Samutpad. Samutpad means origin. Pratitya means dependent. Dependent. So dependent on whom? Dependent on cause. Dependent or relative to. Pratitya means dependent or relative to. Relative to. And dependent or relative to whom? Cause. And origin of whom? Origin of effect. origin of effect is dependent on its cause, dependent on cause or relative to cause. Dependent on cause or relative to cause. This one is known as Patita Samutpat. It's a middle path. It means it's a middle path. Middle path between two extremes. One extreme is this one, middle path between two extremes. One extreme condition. This one is the extreme condition, extreme. This one is also a kind of extreme, not present. Here, yes, present. Here, neither yes nor no. Effect is neither inside cause nor outside cause. Effect is, origin of effect is dependent on its cause. Middle path. That's why it is also known as relative causal theory. Relative causal theory. Effect is relative to cause or its origin. Seed is dependent on, tree is dependent on seed for its origin. Clear? Well, is it clear? And see the syllabus. What is the syllabus? Only in 3 places, according to our syllabus, we have to study causal theory. See, न्याय वैशेषिका philosophy में देखो आप, theory of causation. Theory of causation. न्याय वैशेषिका philosophy. Theory of causation is known as असत कार्य. न्याय वैशेषिका theory of causation असत कार्यवाद. So न्याय वैशेषिका में we have to study theory of causation. Buddhism already we are in this Buddhism. Paticsamutpad, it is the Buddhist causal theory. Paticsamutpad, first topic which is prescribed in Buddhism. Here also we have to study Paticsamutpad causal theory, and here see causation, Sankhya philosophy, causation. So in our syllabus, 3 places causation. Buddhism, causal theory is known as Paticsamutpad. न्याय वैशेषिका philosophy, causal theory is known as असत कार्यवाद. Sankhya philosophy, causal theory, causation, theory of causation is known as सत कार्यवाद. Here see, regarding cause-effect relationship, debate. One group has said effect pre-existing cause. Effect is not a new beginning; it's already pre-existing cause. Tree seed में था, pot clay में था, सांख्य etc. सत कार्यवाद. Not pre-exist, effect not pre-existing cause. Effect is a new beginning, new creation. और ये Pratitya means dependent or related to. Samutpad means origin. Origin of effect. Origin means origin of effect is dependent on cause for its origin of effect is dependent on cause. Or origin of effect is relative to cause. It supports middle path. It is also called relative causal theory. एक सवाल देखो कितना आसान है. पहला सवाल बताना चला. ये इस साल कोई नया मैं नहीं बता रहा हूं, पिछले साल भी इसी टाइप से था. ये 2021 क्वेश्चन जो 16th of January को हुआ था. Does the seed contain the tree? Discuss with the reference of न्याय वैशेषिका philosophy. Tree is the effect. Seed is the cause. क्या cause में effect था? क्या बीज में वृक्ष अंतर्निहित था? न्याय philosophy, no. Effect was not pre-existing cause. Effect is a new creation, new beginning. According to Sankhya, yes, seed contain the tree. But according to Nyaya Vaisheshika, no. Effect is not pre-existing cause. It means the seed doesn't contain the tree. Seed contain the tree accepted by Sankhya philosopher. बीज is basically seed is accepted as cause and this one is the effect. लिख दोगे. ये पहला सवाल था इस साल का 2021 का. Yes, because Please give example of a Satkaryavad and Pratishamutpad. See, Deepak Singh, when I will discuss a Satkaryavad in detail, I will explain in detail. Same example पे देखो ना. If you ask from Satkaryavadi, what kind of relation between seed and tree? So Satkaryavadi is tree pre-existing seed. Seed contains tree. Tree seed में ही था, pot clay में ही था. Effect pre-existing cause. Same example यहाँ पे आ जाओ. ट्री जो था वो सीड में नहीं था. अकॉर्डिंग टू होम असत्कार्यवादी न्याय में एंड अकॉर्डिंग टू हिम ट्री इज डिपेंडेंट ऑन सीड फॉर इट्स ओरिजिन. If seed effect or tree is relative to seed for its origin. Same example वो खेल जाओ. दीपक सिंह, प्रॉब्लम क्या है? गिव एग्जांपल्स ऑफ असत्कार्यवाद. डिटेल से पढ़ना असत्कार्यवाद. Here in short I have explained. You see, three topics, three places we have to study causal theory. One Satkaryavad, effect pre-exist, example pot clay में था, tree seed में था. Satkaryavad, effect not pre-existing cause, tree seed में नहीं था, pot clay में नहीं था, effect is a new beginning, tree is a new beginning, pot is a new beginning, and here Pratishamutpad dependent था. जब when I will explain this one in detail, then you will find each and everything. Example also. Is it clear? सारे लोग बोलो, is it clear? Is it clear? सारे लोग बोलो, is it clear? Is it clear? चल क्लियर. देखो कितनी बार सवाल इसी पे सवाल लिख दोगे आईएएस का. कई बार तो ये तो आईएएस का 2022 का था, जो 2021 का मेंस का था. जैसे आप क्वेश्चंस को देखो. आप जैसे 2010 one question was asked, does the effect pre-exist in the cause? One group has said yes, Satkaryavad. One group has said no, third group has said dependent. Does the effect pre-exist its cause? Discuss. So discuss में discuss करो, सबको discuss करो. Why you will write only yes and why you will write only no? It's open question. Does the effect pre-exist in the cause? One group said yes, effect pre-exist in the cause. Example, tree was present in clay. Tree was present in seed. Pot was pre-exist in clay before its origin. लिख दोगे उसको. प्रॉब्लम क्या है? Does the effect and Sankhya theory of causation, Satkaryavad, different from Nyaya theory of causation, Satkaryavad. 2012. It was so many times question. Satkaryavad 2015. Again 2017 causal theory. देखो in 2020 में देखो, a mango tree is grown out of a mango seed. It means कि mango tree was pre-existing mango seed. 2020 का सवाल. इसी सवाल को 2021 में पूछ लिया फिर से, 15 नंबर का फिर पूछा है. ये सीधा क्वेश्चन कैसे रिपीट हो रहा है? A mango tree is grown out of a mango seed. It means Satkaryavad, effect pre-existing cause. This one is tree is the effect, and it pre-existing cause, that is seed. How will Sankhya system explain this process? रिजेक्टिंग द अराइवल जो अदर है उसको लिखो आप। ये 2020 में सवाल था। ए मैंगो ट्री ग्रोन आउट ऑफ ए मैंगो 2020। 21 का सवाल देख लो। इस साल 16 जनवरी को जो एग्जाम हुआ, डज द सीड कंटेन द ट्री? तो एक ग्रुप में लिखो भाई प्रीवियस इसका अकॉर्डिंग टू सत्कार्यवाद मैंगो ट्री मैं सीड ऑफ मैंगो कंटेन द मैंगो ट्री। सत्कार्यवाद, असत्कार्यवाद में वही एग्जाम्पल ले लो, एग्जाम्पल दे देकर लिख दो। रिपीटेशन, इसका मतलब सेम सॉर्ट ऑफ एक ही लोग होंगे। विकास कुमार यादव, लेट मी कंप्लीट फर्स्ट देन विल स्टार्ट द क्वेश्चन। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट डू मीन बाय सत्कार्यवाद। I have not discussed Satkaryavad in detail. I have just explained in short. Vikas Kumar Yadav. I have not discussed what's the plus points and merits and demerits of this theory. You have started to ask demerits. Clear? Let me complete first. Right now we are in Patit Samutpad. I am going to explain Patit Samutpad. And then when I will discuss Satkaryavad, then you will ask this question. क्लियर? नॉट राइट नाउ। उधर में डिबेट क्यों करोगे? अभी जितना समझा उतना समझ लो। दिस वन इज द सिंपल मीनिंग ऑफ कॉज इफेक्ट थियरी, पटित समुत्पाद, असत्कार्यवाद, तीनों क्रिस्टल क्लियर हो गया, बेसिक फंडा क्लियर। व्हेन आई विल डिस्कस सांख्या फिलॉसफी देन वी विल डिस्कस दिस वन एटलीस्ट 2 पेजेज। इसको भी 2 पेज में देखेंगे, सत्कार्यवाद को भी। क्लियर? नॉट राइट नाउ, अभी डिबेट इस पे नहीं करते। अभी जस्ट ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट डू मीन बाय सत्कार्यवाद। इफेक्ट प्री एग्जिस्ट, इट मींस कॉज contain इफेक्ट एंड कॉज डजंट कंटेन इफेक्ट। सत्कार्यवाद। क्लियर? इज इट क्लियर? सारे लोग बोल लो पहले, क्लियर है? इज इट क्लियर? सारे लोग बोल लो। Yes, aggression, because clear है? Is it clear? पहले बोलो सारे लोग। Now note down Patit Samutpad. Patit Samutpad, Harpreet Singh. Okay. यहाँ से बस। Now I am going to explain those 3 theories in detail. Patit Samutpad, Kshanikvad, Anatmavad. And then even we'll see some aspects of different schools of Buddhism, different thoughts. You must be aware, very easy to write these 3 theories. Patit Samutpad, Kshanikvad and Nairatmavad. Difficulty will arise when you will start to study Yoga, Achar, Vigyanvad and Madhyamika, Shuddhavad, etc. Since idealistic philosophy. So here you will find some sort of problem, must be aware. Here easy to write, Patit Samutpad, Kshanikvad, Nairatmavad. Here you will find some different tests, Madhyamikas and Yoga, Achar, Vigyanvad. So note down Patit Samutpad. तृतीय समुत्पाद, ब्रैकेट में थियरी ऑफ डिपेंडेंट ओरिजिनेशन। ओरिजिनेशन के बिगल इन ब्रैकेट नोट डाउन इफेक्ट एंड डिपेंडेंट के ब्रैकेट में लिख लो कॉज। थियरी ऑफ डिपेंडेंट ओरिजिनेशन, ओरिजिन ऑफ इफेक्ट इज डिपेंडेंट ऑन कॉज। डिपेंडेंट के नीचे कर लो थियरी ऑफ डिपेंडेंट ओरिजिनेशन, डिपेंडेंट नीचे में ऑन कॉज, डिपेंडेंट ऑन कॉज, और ओरिजिन के नीचे ब्रैकेट में कर लो ऑफ इफेक्ट। ओरिजिन ऑफ इफेक्ट इज डिपेंडेंट ऑन कॉज, दैट इज द थियरी ऑफ पटित समुत्पाद, तृतीय समुत्पाद। इंग्लिश में ज्यादा आसान है, थियरी ऑफ डिपेंडेंट ओरिजिनेशन। इफ यू रिमेंबर दिस वन, रिमेंबर, इजी टू राइट 3-4 लाइन्स। इंट्रोडक्शन, इंट्रोडक्शन, नोट डाउन। Patichamutpad. It's a cornerstone of Buddhist philosophy. Patichamutpad. A central teaching of Buddha. Patichamutpad. Cornerstone of Buddhist philosophy. Second point. Entire later development is dependent on or guided by this theory. Entire later development is dependent on this theory. Is the cornerstone of Buddhist philosophy, central teaching of Buddhist philosophy, Patichamutpad. Entire later development is dependent on Patichamutpad. और where just after that, Patichamutpad, एरो देकर लिखोगे अनित्यवाद, अनित्यवाद एरो देकर क्षणिकवाद, क्षणिकवाद एरो देकर नैरात्मवाद. So once you will accept Patichamutpad, although it's a symbol of logical implication, it will imply, if accept this one, bound to accept Anityavad. If you have accepted Anityavad, logically this one will come out. And once you accept Kshanikvad, everything is every moment changeable in nature, then soul will also become changeable. Theory is known as Nairatmavad. Soul is also changeable in nature. Yeah. Here. Now, introduction complete. Meaning. Meaning. Patichamutpad. Pratitya is made of two words. Pratitya means origin. Pratitya means dependent on or relative to. And Samutpad means origin. Samutpad. Origin. Dependent on or relative to. ब्रैकेट में लिख लो कॉज और ओरिजिन ऑफ, ब्रैकेट में लिख लो ओरिजिन ऑफ इफेक्ट. सो ओरिजिन ऑफ इफेक्ट इज डिपेंडेंट ऑन कॉज और रिलेटिव टू कॉज. तो यह मीनिंग में फाइनली नोट डाउन. अकॉर्डिंग टू दिस थियरी, ओरिजिन ऑफ इफेक्ट इज डिपेंडेंट ऑन कॉज और रिलेटिव टू कॉज. Origin of effect is dependent on cause or relative to cause. Origin of effect is relative to cause or dependent on cause. That's why this theory is called relative causal theory. That's why this theory is called relative causal theory. Relative causal theory. Relative causal theory. Clear? Relative causal theory. Main structure. Just below the meaning. Note down clarification. 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 With example. Clarification के सामने लिखोगे. Clarification के सामने. Note down. So far as cause exists, effect exists. So far as cause exists, effect exists. And as soon as cause is destroyed or cause is seized, effect is also destroyed. So far as cause exists, effect exists. As soon as cause is destroyed, effect also destroyed. So far as cause exists, effect is dependent on cause. You must be here, dependent on cause. So far as cause exists, effect will exist. As soon as cause is destroyed, effect is also destroyed. An example. Example of a flame. Imagine. एक यहाँ एक बना दो आप. एक आप दीपक बना दो, यहाँ पे ऑयल है, एंड दिस वन इज द कॉटन. Flame. This one is effect. Flame. Effect. And this oil is the cause. This cotton is also a cause. So origin of effect, origin of flame is dependent on cause. So far as oil, cotton, etc. are present, you will find presence of flame. And as soon as cause will removed, effect is also sidelined. Effect also removed. So far as cause exists, so far as oil, cotton, etc. have their existence, flame is there. As soon as cause are removed, effect is also removed. As soon as oil or cotton are removed or destroyed, flame is also. This one is known as theory of dependent origination. Origin of effect is dependent on its cause for its origin. Clear? सारे लोग बोलो पहले clear. Is it clear? Is it clear? Okay, next. See, this was the clarification with example and taking help of this example. इसको थोड़ा डिजाइनर टाइप में बना देना, थोड़ा स्टाइल बना देना, थोड़ा देखने में अच्छा लगे. This one is a flame effect dependent on cause. So far as cause exists, effect will exist. As soon as cause is going to be destroyed, seized, effect will destroy हो जाए main structure में. What is explained taking help of this? What is explained through causal, through Paritzamut path, through this causal theory? What is explained? यहाँ पे लिखोगे first point. What is explained? First point. Cause of suffering. Cause of suffering is explained. Second, cessation of suffering. It's also explained. Third, law of karma is explained. Law of karma. So this causal theory. So this Patichamutpad, even law of karma is explained. It explains relation between past, present and future. It explains relation between past, present and future. Past, present and future. Past, present and future. It explains relation between past, present and future. ठीक है. Such kind of things are explained taking help of this causal theory. Past, past, seed tree is exception according to this theory. Which example is given? Twice we have seen. 20 में हमने एग्जाम्पल दिखाया सीड ट्री का. 21 में एग्जाम्पल दिखाया पाथ पाथ. So why you are not accepting? सीड ट्री का एग्जाम्पल एग्जामिनर पूछ रहा है अगेन एंड अगेन. ट्वाइस दे हैव आस्क्ड path. Otherwise, write example of pot and clay. Very good example. Pot clay में ही था. Pot is not a new creation. And they have asked questions twice. सीड एंड दिस वन तो एक्सेप्ट कर लो, टीचर भी तो वही एग्जाम्पल पूछ रहा है, थोड़ी कोई तीसरा चीज पूछ रहा है. Whenever we write anything, finally we are going to refute it. So don't think against in the very beginning. First of all, try to understand what's the different aspect of Patichamutpad. What is said by Satkaryavad or Satkaryavad, and after that start to think against it. If very beginning will start to think against Satkaryavad or the Satkaryavad, etc., difficult to understand what do you mean by Satkaryavad or the Satkaryavad. So first of all, try to understand what's their ground, their logic, in which way they have proved their position, and then start to refute it. Not in the very beginning path. Clear? ये अप्रोच रखना है पूरे इंडियन फिलोसफी में. First of all, try to understand their point of view, on which ground they have propounded Satkaryavad or Satkaryavad, etc., and what kind of problem remain. Finally, we'll try to find out. If tree destroyed, then seed is also destroyed. Tree destroyed होगा तो see, think in broad sense. What I am saying, so far as seed is there, effect is there. So ये सवाल कहाँ पूछा? आप सत्कार्यवाद असत्कार्यवाद में पूछा. हमने कौन सा एग्जाम्पल दिया? हमने एग्जाम्पल दिया एग्जाम्पल ऑफ ए फ्लेम. दिस वन एग्जाम्पल इज गिवन बाय बुद्धिस्ट स्क्रिप्चर्स. We find this example is given by them. So we have quoted their example there. ये ट्री वाला एग्जाम्पल सत्कारवाद असत्कारवाद में आता है, तो हमने वो एग्जाम्पल दिया वहां पे. इफ ट्री डिस्ट्रॉयड देन सीड डिस्ट्रॉयड, ऐसा नहीं कहोगे. तो इफेक्ट इज डिपेंडेंट ऑन सीड मीन्स कॉज पे. तो जब तक कॉज रहेगा इफेक्ट के मेंटेन होने का, so far as this one will be present, and actually cause of that effect, जिस कॉज से वो इफेक्ट की स्थिति बनी है, अगर वो डिस्ट्रॉय होगा तो इफेक्ट भी डिस्ट्रॉय हो जाएगा. There must be some cause. Our life is also dependent on some cause. Must be aware. No need to think like that. Yes. Clear? Next. पहले आप देखो, आप दूसरे सेंस में जा रहे हो. आप go through the questions paper, and after that I will discuss such kind of questions, not in the mid part of this. Okay? Path. एक बार सब कंप्लीट कर लो, उसके बाद पूछना कि ये कैसे हो गया. Aggressor in all three causal theory, which one is logical? So I have not discussed any one of in detail. So how can I say which one is logical? मैं बता दूंगा ये लॉजिकल है, कहोगे कैसे लॉजिकल है, तो देन अगेन आई हैव टू एक्सप्लेन अदर्स टू. I have not discussed only 2-3 lines regarding Satkaryavad and Satkaryavad. Let me complete first aggressor. Clear? इसी में नहीं तो उलझ जाओगे. सीड है कि ट्री है, ट्री से सीड आता है कि सीड से ट्री आता है, इसी में उलझ जाओ कि कौन किसका कॉज है. अंडे से मुर्गी आती है कि मुर्गी से अंडा आता है, हु इज द कॉज ऑफ वन. इसी में उलझ जाओगे, फिर एंडलेस डिस्कशन शुरू हो जाएगा. लेट मी कंप्लीट फर्स्ट एंड देन यू विल आस्क क्वेश्चंस. ठीक है? बीच में मत पूछो. फ्रीडम मैंने दिया, इसका मतलब क्या मिसयूज करोगे? मैं क्वेश्चन दिखा रहा हूं आईएएस का कि देखो ये पढ़ो, ये सवाल देखो. जो पूछ रहे हो इस पे कभी सवाल नहीं है. इफ ट्री इज डिस्ट्रॉयड लिखना भी नहीं है आपको. नेक्स्ट. What is explained taking help of Patichamutpad? Such kind of things. Where it is explained? Where? Where it is explained? Where Patichamutpad is explained? Note down. In second noble truth, primarily. its second noble truth. What is said in second noble truth? Bracket में there is cause of suffering. There is cause of suffering. In second noble truth primarily, there is cause of suffering. Bracket में लिख लेना. So through Patichamupad, we will try to explain what is the cause of suffering primarily. And second, even in third noble truth, there is cessation of suffering. Even in third noble truth. Even in third noble truth. Even in third noble truth. Here, even in third noble truth. Now, main structure note down, middle path. Middle path. Patichamupad supports middle path. Patichamupad supports middle path. It's a path between two extremes. It's a path between two extremes. That is extreme affirmation. That is extreme affirmation and extreme negation. It's a path between two extremes. There is extreme affirmation and extreme negation. Clear? Extreme affirmation and extreme negation. Context. Here itself context. Where it is explained, and after that we have written middle path. Middle path means Patichamupad is a path between two extremes, extreme affirmation and extreme negation. How? Middle path के सामने how, and divide how in three parts. How middle path? So first here note down Satkaryavad. Satkaryavad, extreme affirmation. Last one is Asatkaryavad. Asatkaryavad, extreme negation. Extreme affirmation means effect pre-existing is cause, and here effect not pre-existing cause. कट कर दिया यहाँ पे cause effect pre-existing cause. Extreme affirmation supported by Sankhya etc. Supported by Nyaya Vaisheshika etc. And mid part Patichamupad effect. It's a middle path. Patichamupad middle path. This was the extreme affirmation, extreme negation. This was the middle path. What's the middle path? Effect dependent on cause. Buddhism. In this way, Patichamupad supports middle path between two extremes. In 2016, does the doctrine of dependent origination reconcile the two extreme view of the law of causation, namely Satkaryavad, one extreme view, effect pre-existing cause, and the Satkaryavad, second extreme view, effect doesn't pre-exist cause. Does it reconcile? Neither pre-exist nor not pre-exist. It is dependent on its cause for its origin. And in this way, it supports middle path. You have to write all those things. We have not discussed Satkaryavad and the Satkaryavad in detail. We'll discuss, then it will be more clear. In 2019, what is Patichamupad? लिख दोगे what is Patichamupad? It is made of two words, Patit and Samutpad. where it is discussed, it supports middle path, effect is dependent on its cause for its origin. सब लिखो आप, इतना पहले वो सब लिख दोगे. पटित्सम उत्पाद यूपीपीसीएस, again UPPCS, third time UPPCS, fourth 2002, 2006, 2014, 2016, and 2020 also. Explain the theory of Patitsam Utpad of Buddha's philosophy. 20 में UPPCS में 15 नंबर. और क्या चाहिए? इतना स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड सवाल है. ठीक है. नेक्स्ट, तो मिडिल पाथ, इज इट क्लियर? पहले बोलो यहां तक क्लियर है? मिडिल पाथ क्लियर? सारे लोग बोलो मिडिल पाथ क्लियर. मिडिल पाथ क्लियर? इज इट क्लियर? मिडिल पाथ क्लियर? बोलो सारे लोग. अगर सर राज, in one sense yes, it's a middle path. Between two extremes. Okay, now Dwadas Nidan, just after that, main structure. Dwadas Nidan. Dwadas Nidan. Dwa means do, 2, and das means 10. 2 plus 10 means 12. Dwadas Nidan. 12 parts. Nidan. NIDN. Short notes possible on Dwadas Nidan. It's a technical term. Dwadas Nidan. 12 parts of Patitsamutpad. Note down. Dwadas Nidan means 12 parts. Note down. On the basis of Dwadas Nidan, these 12 parts. In Patitsamutpad, there exist 12 parts. On the basis of Dwadas Nidan, 12 parts, cause of suffering and cessation of suffering is explained. Cause of suffering and cessation of suffering is explained. It correlates past, present, and future. Dwadas Nidan correlates past, present, and future. Third, Dwadas Nidan is also known as Janam Marana Chakra. Janam Marana Chakra. Bhava Chakra. Dharma Chakra. Dharma Chakra or Chakra. Chakra means circle. Chakra. So Dwadas Nidan is also known as Janama Manava Chakra, Bhava Chakra, Dharma Chakra, etc. It has 12 parts and it correlates past, present, and future. And possible to ask this question. New question possible at short notes. Explain Dwadas Nidan. एक पूरी factual question होगा. And out of 10, 9 number possible. Since 12 parts means 12 parts, bound to write 12 parts. Now taking help of a chakra, Dharma Chakra or etc. Dharma Chakra or Janamana Chakra, possible to write. Dharma Chakra, एक चक्र बना लेते हैं. Taking help of this चक्र. एग्जाम में भी बना सकते हो, ध्यान रखना. चक्र ऐसा बना के एक सर्किल बना के 12 just indicate 12 parts and write one line regarding each one of them. and you have to maintain chronology, same order. Yeah. Avidya, avidya, dharma chakra, avidya, 12 parts are there. Avidya, sanskar, you can take help of printed notes. Vigyan, vidya sanskar vigyan. नामरूप, नामरूप, सदायतन, एसीडीए, सदायतन, अविद्या संस्कार विज्ञान नामरूप सदायतन, स्पर्श, वेदना, तृष्णा, तृष्णा, उपादान, उपादान, भव, BHAVA, भव, जाति और जरा मरण, JARAMARAN, जरा मरण, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12, अविद्या संस्कार विज्ञान नामरूप सदायतन, सदायतन, ACDA YATN, स्पर्श मीन्स टच, वेदना मीन्स फीलिंग, तृष्णा मीन्स attachment, upadan mental clinging, bhav means tendency to take birth, jati means to take birth, jara maran means old age and death. 12 parts. First two, avidya and sanskara, they are related to past life, past life se hai. And these 8 from vijnana to bhava, present life, related to present life. And last two, jati and jara maran, future life. So according to past, our present life begins, and according to our present life, future life will be there. So relation है past life से present life से future life. Past life is the cause of our present life, and present life will be the cause of future life. It is said by whom? Buddhism.